I have a story for you, and it's a true story, and it's about my first job. I don't know if you had a great first job or if, so many people have had terrible times. But when I was 15 and a half, I had a very rough childhood and I ended up living with my mom and stepfather. And it was really a very dysfunctional experience. So there was a lot of fighting at home, a lot of emotions that were churned up, and I lived across the street from the high school, and it was a very miserable time in my life. So I had the opportunity to go to work for Taco Bell. It was the 20th Taco Bell on the planet. And I was 15 years old. It was my first job, and I made $1.35 an hour. And I was so excited that I got to go to work. But I also found is it was my place. It was like something for me because I wasn't at school where I had to be with the group that I really wanted to be with. And it wasn't family dynamics and all the family hysteria that was going on in my world at that time. So here was my spot that it was safe, and it was my place of just finding out more about myself. So I ended up having an incredible time there. I had my uniform. I was really excited about making all the food there. They had almost everything was like 50 cents, and we made all of the everything ourselves, and it was just really fun. And there was something that I started noticing is that there are certain days that every customer was a jerk. And that was miserable because when that happened, time would not go. It would just stay. The day would never end. People were miserable. Even the customers started acting cranky, and the team was also acting cranky. So then there were other days where the customers were just delightful, and I loved those days. There was a fast pace and energy kept going. There's like a momentum, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I go home tired, but really good tired because I had really made a contribution all day long. I was very, very busy. And I loved working on my feet, and I loved hanging out with these wonderful people that I was working with. So one day I started having one of those crummy days again, and I thought about it. And it occurred to me that I had had a fight with my mom that morning before I went to school. And I realized, oh my God, maybe I'm having a bad attitude and it's being reflected back to me. This is shocking to me. It's like, oh my gosh, maybe life is a mirror. Maybe the way that I'm behaving has a real impact on how the day goes. So this was a huge epiphany for me. And what I ended up doing was selfishly, I gotta say, this is my little island here at work, was I started kind of thinking about what can I do to bring the best out in myself every day so I can have a great day every day. I mean, wouldn't that be fun? And then I got to another dilemma. Well, what brings out my best? I had no clue. I was 15. Do you remember when you were 15? I mean, we didn't know. So I started just noticing some of my feelings as I was going through the day. And again, things that really made me happy and things that really kind of were kind of a bummer to have to do. But I ended up realizing one very important thing, and that is I really like people. I really do. So with that in mind, I just started thinking, well, what can I do for the people that are here? Not only my coworkers, but the customers. So I started doing little things, just simple things, like remembering their names. So they come up to the window because it was just an open air, like a stand of adobe brick, and 6 items on the menu. And so they'd come in, and I noticed the same people started coming every week, and they'd always stand in my line. So I got to know their names. I let the little kids order for themselves so their parents would just giggle because I say, so what are you having for dinner, sweetheart? And then they'd be, well, because it's 6 items on the menu, they wasn't going to take a long time. So I had this great experience. Also, I started to memorize some of the orders that people came back every week for. So they're like Taco Bell fix, right? And I love that they came back to me. My line of customers wrapped around the block. And it was great. We were in sunny Southern California because they would wait for me and I'd have a great time every day hanging out with these people and making sure they got the best tacos. I was the fastest taco wrapper. So here's what happened. One day, a limousine pulls up, and those are very rare in the San Fernando Valley. And I'm like, what's that? And one of my customers brought a professional photographer and he took a picture. And I didn't know, but he was working on the local newspaper. So he took my picture and they did an article about me and some of the wonderful customer service that they were receiving and how the team was all very responsive to them as well. So guess what? I'm going to show you my picture. So here it is. This is me at Taco Bell. And so this picture was in the newspaper and it was a great little article about what we were doing. And I was just having the best time ever. So what I ended up doing was starting to go, I went to work and was loving doing it, but truly everybody caught up with all the excitement. And about 12 years ago, I took that picture to Taco Bell headquarters, which was actually headquartered at that time in Southern California. And I just said, people are not having any fun working with you. So let's get this together. This is the best job I've ever had. It's where I received my purpose. My purpose really was to bring out my best every day. And then from that point on, bring out the best in everyone else around me as much as I could. So I got a $60,000 contract at Taco Bell, and we created a bunch of wonderful videos about making suggestions. And I'm just going to say, it changed my life because ever since then, every work environment that I'm in, and I now have clients all over the world, I'm teaching people and studied human behavior and psychology. So I look at it as a laboratory for human behavior. So I'm the scientist thinking of what else can we do for our customers? What else can we do to bring our best out? What else can we do for our team? And this is what I've been doing for 36 years. And my Taco Bell story was the best job I've ever had was at Taco Bell. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm just going to say to you, what do you do to bring out your best every day? And how much do we actually impact other people? What the statistics show is every day, if you're interfacing with the public, we are influencing 1,500 people a day. Now, I feel like that's such an important part of our integrity is to make sure we're bringing our best to work and bringing our best out in other people and not just caring for ourselves, but really caring for others. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you like it, please leave some comments. And also, I'd love to hear your story. So give me a call. I'm actually going to write a book about this. I have a publisher that wants to do this. So if you want to be in my book, I'd love to talk to you. Thank you.